The Conference of Speakers and Heads of Africa Parliament (COSAP) has called for debt cancellation from credit lenders and an end to instant coup, including other palliatives to help Africa cope with the effects of COVID-19 on the social-economic lives of the continent. This forms part of the communique that was read out to the media by COSAP after a two-day parliamentary conference to address the key issues facing the continent. Speaker of the Nigerian House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, who is the host for the conference, emphasized the need for debt cancellation as the only way the world can truly assist the African continent in getting over the devastating effects of COVID-19 on the economy of the continent. He also added that this would help the countries to start from reset the button to zero, meaning they had no debts outstanding against them, especially speaking with one voice. Compared to debt review or relief, Baja told his colleagues that in the case of the latter, the debts will still be outstanding, except that there will be some alterations, adjustments, or even postponement of the repayment schedules.
First and foremost, and still tackling, the issue of debt cancellation as opposed to review of debts, which we all know about. We felt that debt cancellation will provide African countries with the much needed resources, will free up the much needed resources to develop the continent. We believed that the debt burden on not just one, collectively on all African countries was stagnating our development. We have been talking to international lenders, and we hope and believe that at the end of the day, if we speak collectively as one, as opposed to individually as a country, as different countries, our voices may be louder and clearer, more audible and clearer for our creditors. And we have advanced several reasons why, because of COVID-19, which exposed the underbelly and the vulnerability of the continent.
There's a need to build internal capacity and local industries to enable local production and processing of raw materials for export. And connected to that is the issue of building resilience against economic shocks. There is a need for African economies to build resilience against external and internal shocks, eliminating dependency on external institutions, lenders, and grantors. In essence, Africa has to stand on its own feet. Also is the issue of resource mobilization. There is a need for parliaments to create legislation that support mobilizing domestic revenues by safeguarding resource revenues and expanding tax bases, rationalizing tax incentives, simplifying tax filing, improving compliance strategies, and enhancing automation. Relatedly, legislation should be put in place to enable the provision of stimulus packages to enable MSMEs to recover from adverse shocks of COVID-19.